Nothing I see is solid. Everything is vibration. That sentence, spoken softly, could change everything. Because if what you consider real, your body, your home, the entire world, is nothing more than energy moving at different rhythms, then matter ceases to be a prison and becomes a symphony you can direct. We live trapped in the illusion of the dense. We touch a table, see a mountain, feel the ground beneath our feet, and believe they are firm, immutable. But in reality, every atom, every cell, every thought vibrates at a specific frequency. And in this invisible fabric of waves lies the key to creation. The ancients knew this. In the temples of Egypt, initiates spoke of the creative word, the sound that formed the cosmos. In India, sages recited mantras that, more than words, were vibratory codes capable of altering consciousness. And in the Hermetic schools of Alexandria, it was said that whoever controls their frequency controls their destiny. What quantum physics is only beginning to explore today, ancient civilizations already intuited. The universe is not a cold machine, but a living field of sensitive energy. Every emotion is a note, every thought a wave. Your entire life is a melody that resonates with what you choose to feel. And if you learn to tune into the right vibration, the entire universe will respond to you, not by magic, but by resonance. Because like attracts like, and what vibrates with love cannot coexist with the frequency of fear. You imagine your mind as a tuning fork. When you think, you emit a frequency. When you feel, you amplify it. And when you act from that vibration, the entire universe adjusts to your tone. This is how coincidences, opportunities, and synchronicities arise. They are harmonious responses from the energy field that surrounds you. But few understand this. Most seek to change matter from within matter. They struggle, they force themselves, they become frustrated. The wise, on the other hand, change their vibration first, and the physical world rearranges itself. In this video, you'll discover why everything is energy, how the ancients mastered the frequencies of creation, and most importantly, how you can raise your vibration to become the conscious architect of your reality. Because you are not a body trying to elevate your spirit. You are spirit playing at being matter. And when you remember this, you will understand that the universe is not something outside of you, but a living extension of your own energy. Everything that exists, from a star burning in the vastness of space to the fleeting thought that crosses your mind, vibrates. Nothing escapes this law. What we call life is, in reality, a perpetual dance of frequencies that intertwine, transform, and respond to one another. You, me, the earth, emotion, words, everything is vibration modulated at different intensities. Hermes Trismegistus taught this millennia ago on the Kavalian tablets. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. It wasn't poetry, it was spiritual science. Hermes understood that matter is merely accelerated energy, an invisible field condensed into form. What you see as solid is simply a low frequency, so slow that your senses perceive it as tranquility. But in the invisible, everything vibrates. When you breathe, you are exchanging energy with the cosmos. When you think, you emit waves that propagate beyond your brain. Every word you utter alters the field around you. Because sound isn't just air moving, it's a structured vibration, geometry in motion. That's why ancient cultures placed such importance on words, chants, and mantras. They knew that the human voice could build or destroy realities. In Egyptian temples, initiates recited sacred names to invoke cosmic forces. In India, yogis repeated Om, the primordial sound that, according to them, gave rise to the universe. In the civilizations of the Americas, the shamans understood that a drum was not a simple instrument, but a vibrating bridge between worlds. Everyone spoke of the same principle in different languages, the creative power of frequency. Even modern science is beginning to reach the same frontier. Quantum physics reveals that electrons exist as probability waves. That observation modifies the behavior of matter, and that everything is united by an energy field that responds to consciousness. What Hermes and the Eastern sages called ether or prana Today, scientists describe it as a quantum field. The names change, but the essence remains the same. Every emotion you feel has a single, steady vibration. Love, gratitude, and joy vibrate high, creating harmony. Fear, guilt, and anger vibrate low, generating density. Your thoughts not only exist within you, but they project outward, shaping the energetic fabric that surrounds you. This is why people seem to attract certain patterns or repeat the same experiences. Their vibration connects them to equivalent realities. The universe is not a coincidence, it's a symphony, and you are both the musician and the instrument. Learning to understand energy is remembering that reality isn't external, but emanates from within, from its frequency to matter. When you understand, you don't try to control the world. You learn to tune in. If everything is energy, then spirituality is not a belief, but a science of the soul. Every thought, emotion, and breath that passes through your body alters the frequency you emit to the universe, in the invisible. You are a note in a larger cosmic symphony, and when that note is tuned with love, presence, and awareness, all of reality begins to respond. Buddha said that all we are is the result of our thoughts. A profound truth vibrates in these words. The mind is the alchemist that transfigures energy. If you think with fear, your vibration contracts, creating a dense field that distorts your perception. If you think with gratitude or passion, this energy expands and begins to attract circumstances that reflect that same inner light. The spiritual is not separate from the physical. It is the principle that sustains it. Master Saint-Germain taught the power of Yo Soy, a vibratory affirmation that is not a simple language, but an invocation of power. When you say Yo Soy, you are pronouncing the frequency of pure being, the echo of the divine fire that burns in the center of the soul. Each time you repeat, Yo soy luz, yo soy amor, yo soy paz, you are issuing a vibratory order to the universe, a decree that reconfigures the energy within and without you. The ancients knew that the human body was a temple of resonance. In the chest, where the heart resides, the body's most powerful electromagnetic field acts as a portal. And in the space between the eyes, the so-called third eye, that point between the eyes, venerated by so many traditions, lies another vibratory threshold, the gateway to inner vision. When the mind and heart vibrate in coherence, the being awakens. Imagine for a moment your body as a sacred instrument. If you tune it correctly, with clear thoughts, elevated emotions, and pure intention, it becomes a channel where divine energy flows without resistance. But if you fill it with noise, doubt, and discord, the melody becomes distorted, and life begins to lose its natural rhythm. Therefore, spiritual practices, more than rituals, are technologies of vibration. Meditation calms the mind and raises the frequency. Mantras organize sound energy. Conscious breathing opens internal channels. Prayer connects the human spark with the universal source. In this state, spirituality ceases to be a concept and becomes an experience. Feel that divinity is not in the heavens, but beating in every cell, vibrating in every atom, breathing with you. And when you reach this understanding, you no longer need to look for signs outside. Your frequency becomes the signal. The universe, which once seemed distant and mute, begins to respond with mathematical precision. Your thoughts become magnets, your emotions become keys, and your presence is a bridge between spirit and matter. Vibrating high isn't a metaphor, it's a spiritual technology. Everything you think, say, and do emits a frequency that connects you to or separates you from the universal flow. Those who master this law don't fight reality. It's shaped from within. Imagine your body as a cosmic antenna. Every thought is a signal. Every emotion is an electric current that transmits information to the quantum field. If this signal vibrates with fear, guilt, or need, the universe reflects that same frequency, bringing you more of what you fear. But if it vibrates with love, gratitude, and certainty, the cosmos responds with synchronicity, opportunities, and miracles. The first step to raising your vibration is to monitor your thoughts. The human mind is like a garden. Shade it with love and beauty will blossom. Shadow doubt and darkness will spring forth. Every morning, before uttering a single word, observe what you are feeling. If there is a nightmare, do not reject it. Breathe, observe, and release it. This releases the cluttered energy that's keeping you in a low frequency. Then watch your words. Ancient traditions knew that the word is creative power. Every word that comes out of your mouth sends a decree to the universe. Saying, I can't, everything goes wrong, or I never have any luck is like programming your energy so that these limitations will repeat themselves. Replace it with high-frequency decrees. I am ready to receive. Everything guides me to my purpose. The body also participates in this process. Your diet, rest, and breathing are the pillars of your physical vibration. By eating living foods, fruits, seeds, and pure water, you elevate your cellular energy. Sleeping well repairs your subtle fields. And conscious breathing, practiced slowly and attentively, reorders your internal frequencies. Each inhalation brings new energy. Each exhalation dissolves the old. But the deepest secret is your emotional state. Love, gratitude, and joy are the highest notes on the vibrational spectrum. If you cultivate them, no matter what happens outside, you will continue to emit light. Connect with nature. Listen to harmonious music. Surround yourself with silence or beauty. Each of these experiences recalibrates your energy field. It's not about forcing positive thinking, but about remembering who you truly are. An energetic being, a divine spark experiencing matter. When you return to this awareness, you no longer struggle to attract things because you understand that you already vibrate at the frequency where everything you desire exists. Vibrating high is a way of praying without words, of walking in communion with the whole. And when you reach this state, the universe doesn't need you to ask for anything. He simply responds because you and he are already the same vibration. Vibration doesn't change just by meditating once or repeating beautiful phrases. It changes by living in awareness, day after day, moment after moment. It's a constant alchemy, transforming the dense into light, the everyday into the sacred. Here, the ancient sagos left clear clues, and if you apply them, your energy will begin to shine from within. The first piece of advice is to align your mornings with the universe. Before you pick up the phone or think about your problems, take a moment, breathe deeply, and give in silence. Thank you, universe, for a new day of expansion. This simple phrase opens the channel of gratitude, one of the highest vibrations in existence. Gratitude not only attracts more things to be grateful for, but also reconfigures your energy field, adjusting it to abundance. The second piece of advice is to purify your surroundings. Every place holds vibrational marks. Egyptian sagos and Tibetan monks knew that keeping spaces clean was also a spiritual practice. Ordering burning incense, using soft sounds or candles isn't decoration. It's environmental alchemy. Each harmonious object reinforces your inner frequency. Third, protect your energy from invisible drains. Not everyone vibrates the same way, and some have storms within. Don't judge them, but don't burden them either. If you feel tired after talking to someone, imagine a golden light surrounding you and repeat mentally, return all the energy that isn't mine with love and gratitude. This small ritual acts as a luminous barrier that preserves your balance. The fourth tip is to raise your emotional vibration. When fear, anger, or sadness appear, don't resist them. Observe them with compassion and let them pass through. You like clouds crossing an immense sky. Fifth, remember, the problem isn't feeling, but getting stuck in what you feel. If you can approach your emotions from a place of consciousness, they themselves become light. Fifth, harness the power of sound and silence. Listen to music at sacred frequencies, such as 432 Hertz or 528 Hertz, which the ancients considered the vibration of love, but also dedicate moments to absolute silence. In silence, the soul reorders itself, and chaotic vibrations dissolve like an octopus in the wind. And finally, repeat your truth every night before bed. No matter what it is, I'm in harmony with the universe. I'm abundant. I'm protected. By repeating it, you lock in the frequency of your day. Your subconscious will absorb it while you sleep, attracting the highest version of your reality to you. Every breath, every thought, every gesture can be an act of magic. You don't need temples or complex rituals. You yourself are the temple, the sound, the frequency. When you walk with this awareness, even silence becomes a prayer. Everything is energy. Everything vibrates. Everything responds. This is the oldest law, the principle that sages murmured in temples, monasteries, and mountains. Nothing exists outside of vibration. Even silence strikes frequently. Even the densest matter dances to the rhythm of an invisible cosmic symphony. When you understand this, you stop feeling like a leaf dragged along by fate. You begin to see yourself as part of the universal pulse, a spark within the great heart of everything. Reality ceases to be something that happens. It becomes something you co-create, moment by moment, thought by thought. Because the truth is that the universe doesn't listen to your words, but to your vibration. You may say, I want abundance, but if lack vibrates within you, that's the frequency you emit. And the universe, which only knows how to reflect, will become emptier. But when you begin to feel fullness, even if you don't yet have everything you desire, your energy shifts, it rises. And then reality, like a mirror, adjusts to your new frequency. The alchemists knew this. Nothing can be transformed without heat. And this heat, in spiritual terms, is conscious emotion. When you pronounce an I am with conviction, the vibration of your words connects the invisible planes. I'm light. I am abundance. I am the whole manifesting through me. Each of these phrases is not a simple statement. It is a vibratory decree, an order to the universe. Thus, the secret is not to master energy, but to become it. It's not about controlling the flow of life, but about dancing with it. The wise man doesn't try to change the current of the river. He immerses himself in it, trusting that it will take him where he needs to be. Remember this. Vibrating high doesn't mean ignoring the darkness, but illuminating it with your presence. It's not about escaping the world, but about sanctifying it with your frequency. The sound of your breath, the beat of your heart, the brilliance of your thoughts. It's all part of the same melody that never stops. So the next time you wonder why things don't change, don't look outside. Close your eyes, listen to the silent sound within you, and ask yourself, what frequency am I emitting right now? The answer to that question is the map to your new reality. Because when you learn to vibrate correctly, the universe is no longer a mystery. It's your reflection.